back to another episode of Moments of Recharge. I am here with ACA Territory Manager Christopher Merrick, who covers Atlantic, Burlington, and Cape May County in New Jersey. Also, we have with us Rick Rhoades, ACA trainer, who covers New Jersey, Pennsylvania, and Delaware area out here. And we also have Charlie Smith, who's ERS roadside manager for 2001 towing. Well, we're going to review some stats and find out what the secret sauce is that Charlie.
It's from backstory in 2001. Gary Francis and Charles Smith really are the key components over at that station.
Mm-hmm.
They are a long provider with the club, AAA Mid-Atlantic, probably going on 30 years in various locations of New Jersey, mainly Burlington, and at one time they were in Mercer County. But I want to just say that those two gentlemen, Gary being the owner, Charlie being the ERS manager, keep their drivers focused, keep their drivers engaged, and really have an open dialogue when it comes to all of our services. Battery is the station's strong point. They are my Tom Brady of Burlington County. They are my Tom Brady of all of my counties. They do it consistently. The chip is always on their shoulder for any station to come and knock it off. And Charlie can attest to some of the emails I send that say, who's coming to dethrone 2001? It doesn't happen, ever. Some guys get close, not very close, but they get close, but no one gets there. So, like Cordan said, I'd like to see what the secret recipe is with that station, because this is unfound. If you look at these numbers, this doesn't happen. It doesn't. And Cordan, feel free to highlight whoever, but these numbers are just, you go, what? Really?
Yeah.
So, look, I'm scratching my head, So go ahead, Cordan.
Yeah, so stellar job. Just to echo what Chris was saying, Charlie. I mean, you guys are really the king of the hill out there. So let's go down the list and take a look here. So we have Edward Bain. There's some really good testing, and his failed conversion is really, really strong there. Anthony Fossati. Awesome.
Fasati.
What is it? Fossati. Okay. Sorry about that, Anthony. Yeah. Tim Hogerson. Awesome.
Hogerson is like an old piece of furniture. He's that comfy chair, and he just keeps getting it done, man.
It's Kyrie Moore.
Yep.
Stellar job. Jesse Solomon. Stellar job.
So Jesse shared with Gary last week. He shared with me. Gary shared with me. Jesse shared with him. Excuse me for jumping around. And correct me if I'm wrong, Charles. He told the drivers, Cordan.
Mm-hmm.
He said, "Listen, with the lower call volume, with people being nervous, with just everything we're going on through this COVID-19, you had to take opportunities on all calls.
Right.
And that included lockouts, gas, flat tires, and offer the service."
Yeah.
He said, "That's how my conversion's so high on his sales."
Right.
Because he's opening his mouth. He's giving the member an option. He's saying, "Hey, are you aware of the program?" And however his delivery is, that's what he's doing. And the results show.
Wow.
Right there.
Wow. Awesome.
Yep. He's actually converted a few just by, he'll go out there to do a lockout or a flat tire and notice that it's a Premier member. And he'll say, under the Premier members, you could have this battery rider that if your battery fails the test, you get a free battery through AAA. So that opens the door for him to test it. Now, the members never know whether they have this battery or rider or not. And oftentimes when we call in, they end up not having it. But now we've already tested the battery and created the need. Once you create the need, we're following through it, regardless of whether the member's paying for it or AAA.
Gotcha.
So you're closing the sale because you put the information, basically educated the member on two things. the Premier Battery Rider, the Premier Battery option, being a Premier member, as well as, hey, your battery health is not that good, or that outright fails. And now the member has a concern, and they want to address it. And
it's not a quick solution.
Yeah, you have the solution in hand. That's great. I'm strongly assuming that Jesse is making sure he has that product before he opens that gate, right?
We're not introducing a problem unless we have the solution already. That's another big thing that we do. Do not introduce a problem without a solution. That's just a way to get people angry at you.
That's good stuff, Charlie.
Yeah,
but it all goes back to being prepared and actually, visualizing and knowing, being intentional about the sale. So these guys, these are some high numbers here. We have them in all green, and I guess it's clear for us to say that your guys don't just sell by happenstance. They're intentional about going out there, making the sale, keeping the members on the go. They do it on purpose.
Right. So a long time ago, before I was doing AAA, I was a door-to-door salesman. Mm-hmm. And one thing that you definitely learn, and it sounds cliche, is the ABCs. Always be closing. You have your conversation with the customer. You definitely be personable. Bring up certain things. If you see a Philadelphia Eagles bumper sticker on it, bring up something about football. If you're knowledgeable and can carry on that conversation, find something to connect with you. But every part of that conversation is steering you closer to installing a battery. And if we do it that way, it seems to be working.
Awesome. And you said something really on point there, Charlie. You said find something to connect with, right? Because we're all humans at the end of the day. We're relational creatures. Like, even though we're going through this whole stay-at-home stuff, we really like seeing other people to a degree, right? we like talking to other people.
I'm even finding that, like, store clerks at Quick Tech and Wawa, they're holding more conversations with me. And people get lonely when you can't be around other people.
Right. Interesting. Like it was the honeymoon for a couple of days, but now we're weeks on into this. So everybody's looking around. I tell you the truth, just seeing everybody's face on these Zoom calls lights my day up. I like seeing everybody that's in my household and everything, but one day turns into the next, which turns into the next, which turns into the next. But that's good stuff there. It's all about relationship at the end of the day with the sale of the battery. If you can strike that relationship, and you got 5 minutes to strike a relationship with a complete stranger. So I think that's huge what you said there, man, about being able to connect, finding something to connect with.
Corday, you say something that's so obvious but not obvious. I don't think the drivers realize how tight that window is.
Yeah.
And the seasoned drivers like Jesse, Tim, even Kyrie, and even Mr. Bain, maybe they realize it, but that clock's it's not really running in their head, because they have that mojo, that delivery, their package that they deliver to their guy. So sorry about that, guys. Rick, can you, I know you spoke to Charlie last week. Can you just kind of tell the rest of everybody else kind of how that went? And Charlie, feel free to jump in.
First of all, congratulations to 2001 on these numbers. They're fantastic, but they're not surprising. And I think it's a combination of having seasoned veterans out there who are running the calls and support from the management. When we go there for training, I got to tell you something. The drivers are there, they're engaging, and management is also there. So Charlie's been in the classes when I'm doing them. He's in there and he's giving feedback and information. So when the drivers see management involved like that, it's only going to turn out good. And I think this is what's happened here. So again, congratulations. Charlie was in on one of our online classes last week for On the Go. Again, very involved, very interactive, providing good information. And that's just what I've come to expect when I deal with anybody from 2001. So congratulations, guys. And again, no surprise seeing these numbers. Just keep up the good work.
Yeah, that's
Thank
good
you.
stuff. And Rick, just so you know, I'll when I do the editing of this video, I'll make sure that I include the ACA training calendar so that everybody can see it. However, I don't think anybody on here needs any additional training, but I'll definitely include it in the video because I know others look on. So
Okay.
hopefully they'll get the hint and they'll start hitting you up so that they can get their stats if they're not already there in the green like these guys. Because you said something that was really huge. Training is key. Training is key. This doesn't just happen. You don't just light the board up in green like that without sharpening your skills. So I said all that to say this. You got people like Rick, you have people like Harry in our area. Take advantage of the fact that we have so much access to training right now, especially virtually. You have the ACA stuff and you have the Club Assist stuff as well. But take advantage of it all. You can access it right through your tablet that's right there with you in your service vehicle. And there's other ways that you can access it as well. But I mean, I don't know if we can make it any more easier at this point to access the training, but that is the key. So if anybody's looking on and you're looking at these stats like, man, how are these guys doing this? And this is the end of the month. This isn't the beginning of the month. So this isn't just something that just happened. These guys have been pounding the pavement all month long. We're at the end of April now. So this is, they've really.
Yeah, this is after what, 500 battery calls?
Yeah, quite a few.
Yeah.
Hey, Charlie, speaking of training, I know that I spoke to Gary earlier this week, and he said he has some new guys in the mix. You have Rick's contact, so when you guys feel that you give them the green light to come aboard with 2001, reach out to Rick so we can get them squared away virtually, and just get them up to speed so we're squared away on the compliance side of battery drivers.
Definitely. Yeah, you know how we do, though. Just give me like 2 weeks. I got to screen everybody, make sure that they're going to fit with us.
Yeah, and another thing I want to highlight to everyone, when Burlington volume increases, Gary always has an extra resource to get out there to help the member, whether it be Charlie's kind of the last line of defense. And Charlie and I joke a lot when I go there to visit. Say, yeah, Charlie, I'm going to put you back in the truck. But Charlie does it well. He was a good battery driver and a great ERS manager. But you have other drivers such as Barry, who's their shop mechanic, but jumps in as a utility guy. He's the guy that comes off the bench to do whatever. So he'll go out there, do batteries, light service, whatever, even towing. I know Fasadi jumps back and forth through a tow truck. And there was another turns vans over every 6 months or something. So that could be great for you guys getting some newer pieces of metal out there to hit the street that are a little bit more reliable, a little cheaper to insure. So we'll see what happens. I'm looking for big things with 2001 in the future of battery. And overall, their quality in battery surpasses a lot of other stations because of what they do. So this is a testament to, this is a true testament to the ownership, the management, them willing to work with the drivers, work with the club, work with training, and just say, hey, it's a team effort, and let's just get it done. So they're doing great things.
Yep.
Absolutely. They're great.
So Charlie, thank you for your time, man. Really appreciate it, and kudos to you and your team. You guys are doing stellar out there. I'll be in contact. I know you guys had some inventory situations over the last week, so I'll be in contact, and we'll do a consignment review offline. I figured out how to do that complete thing virtually as well. So we'll.
Okay, cool.
Righty. Well, again, thank you. And anything else that you wanted to add, Rick or Chris?
No, just congratulations on the numbers, Charlie. Keep up the good work, buddy.
Thank you. Will do.
Yeah, Charlie, really, thank you again. I know Gary's not available this morning, but pass that along to him and pass that along to your team. I truly appreciate it very much.
You got it. Definitely. Thank you, Chris.
Yep.
All right, gentlemen. Take care now. Thanks again.
Bye.
See you.